Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another stream. So today we're going to be continuing the kitchen logic. So let me jump over to here. Okay, so we're pretty much, I was pretty much busy the last few days, but we haven't really done much since the last stream. So if you've been watching the last few streams, we're pretty much going to be taking off from here. How you doing, Widowmaker, mate? How you doing? Welcome back, thank you. Alright, so today, we're pretty much, what I'm going to do, first off, actually, is probably the best option is to go straight in game and show you where we're at, and then we can work out where we're going to go from there. So let's jump. Lucky it's opening in the right window, so let's jump straight over to here. So the kitchen job so far, we've got pretty much half of it done, half of the logic, the main logic type of thing. So obviously you've got to put on your working clothes, and when I walk into here it tells me to start gathering ingredients from either the pantry or the fridge. It's saying the fridge right now, so let's grab something from there, and it says you can now prep at the prep table. So this is pretty much where we got in the last couple of streams. So what we need to do is now continue the stage over to the cooking logic, which is pretty much the same stuff here. So as you can see, nothing really happens at the end of it. But that's what we'll be working on today. Shout out to the two watching on YouTube. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. Consider subscribing. But we should have a pretty decent and maybe fairly long stream today. So let's jump straight into the code and start looking at that. It's been a couple of days, so I need to sort of catch up as well. So what do we need? It's the kitchen logic. How you doing, Tombstone, mate? What's good, Weponz and Widowmaker? How you doing, brother? I'm good, man. Okay. Okay, we got initiate ingredients, and then we got initiate prepare ingredients. Start preparing ingredients. Alright, we don't have a, this is where we start preparing the ingredients, and this is where we would finish the ingredients here. So we're not doing any logic here, and this is on the multicast as well, so we need to start preparing ingredients. And now what we would need to do is do a start cooking ingredients. Start cooking ingredients. Also, guys, Tombstone knows what's Tombstone knows this, but nobody else does. I'm actually going to be doing a second live stream series, right? See how this series is game dev and chill. It's, you know, where I jump in game, develop and chill with you guys. I'm also thinking about doing game dev Q&A. So it's more of a question and answers style format where I'm not necessarily developing. I may be showcasing, but also potentially playing AAA games, even indie games. Like I can probably start off with the first stream and showing you my history with all the things I've created. I can show you, there's some videos up that I can show you of some of the games I've created. So it's more of like more of a chill session where we're just more talking about things. We can talk about, everything game dev. We can talk about asset flips. We can review videos. We can do all that type of stuff where it's more of a chill based thing. So let me know in the comments if you like that idea. But that's planned, and I plan to do the first one tomorrow, and that's going to allow me to do extra live streams to sort of keep you guys entertained in between the game dev and chill streams. The game dev and chill still going to be here, still going to be the same amount of streams, but I'm just going to be able to do extra streams for you guys. Instead of and we can sort of switch it up. We can go from one stream to the other, do a couple game dev and chills, and then maybe a game dev Q&A after that. But that's what I've got planned. So hopefully everything turns out good with that. So start cooking ingredients. Okay, so this is where we would need to do. Start the cooking ingredients. This is where we would update the objective. And we would have to do something like this. would love to see more of what you have worked on, but wouldn't want it to slow the work on the game dev. No, it's not going to slow anything down. It's just going to allow me to, when I can't do a game dev and chill stream, I could just do a game, a game dev Q&A stream. It's more to keep YouTube satisfied and also extra content for you guys to keep you guys entertained. It's more along the lines of that, but it's more something where I can relax and not have to worry about trying to developing, you know what I mean? We can play games, we can review games, we can check out the latest asset flips, we can talk about anything game dev. You can ask me questions, I can answer them. I'm not necessarily the most experienced Unreal Engine game dev, but I've been developing multiplayer servers for 14 years, 15 years. I've been doing this stuff for a long time. I naturally understand, how replication works. I understand how games work. I can even and show you what I mean by that by jumping into Red Dead Redemption 2 and making the NPCs look dumb by understanding how the NPCs work. Like I can teach you how to murder any NPC in any town just by doing one specific thing. And you can literally, I'm not going to tell you, I can't tell you yet, but you could do it and nobody would know. Yeah, sure, sounds fun and good to let you chill also. Yeah, so it's more something where I can relax, it's easier to do those streams and they're just going to be, in between and type of stuff. I could potentially do a game dev stream and then a game dev Q&A stream one after the other type of thing. That could happen. Or maybe, game dev and chill in the morning and then game dev Q&A at night type of thing for me, which will be flipped for you to be nighttime for you and then the next morning for you. All right, so there's that. So now that's right, we want to duplicate this. We'll call this initiate cook ingredients. Yeah, that sounds like a good series, but as long as you're enjoying it, yeah, definitely will enjoy it. We'll be able to play games. We'll be able to, you know, we'll be able to you know, watch YouTube, do anything really. It's just really just a chill session type of thing. Initiate cook ingredients, and this is where pretty much all that needs to happen here. You can now. Oh, all right. No, this is where we need to actually now randomize the location. This is slightly going to be more complex. So what we're going to have is cooking locations, which I believe we've already got. Yes. Number of entries, cooking locations. All right. So what I'm trying to do now is get a random cooking location, right? So this is the number of so there's how many there's what, 3 cooking locations. So this is going to return 3, right? But because I want the index of the array of this, I now need to minus it. Is it? Yeah, minus. You subtract 1, and now you've got the top of the index, like the maximum amount here, but in an index form. So then you can go like this: random integer within range, and you plug that into the maximum. So now you've got pretty much, so this is 3, but this is 0 to 2. And now you've got a random thing like that. And then you can go to byte. You have to go to byte first. And then you can go, and then you can convert the byte into the enum. So then you've got a random enum now. And this will be to enum cooking locations. So there we go. We've got our random location to tell them, and we actually might need to store that in here, which is probably isn't in here. Oh, it is. Okay. Oh, this is already done when we initiate gather ingredients. Yes. Okay. So we don't need to do that because we've already got it. Uh, you can now cook the ingredients. Uh, you can now cook the ingredients at the gas oven, the hot plate, the grill. At You can now cook the ingredients at the location. And then we can go to string. Alright, so now that's done. We're telling them where to go. That's good. Let me just quickly jump in because it is actually fairly quick to go in game now. Always like to just test every stage, even if I'm literally running in and out of this thing. By the time this game's made, the amount of miles or kilometers, whatever, that I would have put in on this character would be astronomical. I probably ran through this door like 100 times already. Alright. Alright. Start by gathering ingredients from the fridge. Boom. Go to the prep table. Start doing your thing. Well, actually, we'll try and fix these errors today because it's only happening in new editor mode and viewport. Standalone's fine, and I think it's got something to do with either my change or because it's Steam's not working without standalone. Alright, so now we need to work out what's going on here. So here's the prepare animation. We're removing the equipment and then we're trying to do this. Oh, that's right. It's another one of those situations, guys. It usually helps if you actually call the function. If you want the function to work, you must call the function. You must be the function. Oh my goodness. That's why I like to do it, test every stage that I get to, because like, if you start doing 5 stages, you're gonna have 5 different bugs. Start by gathering ingredients. Look at the shadows. And I'm gonna have to lower it, like, he deliberately crouches down for some reason. Alright, go to the gas oven. Beautiful. So now we need to work out that they're at the right place. Does this have anything we need? Okay, boom. Custom events server. What's this? I just don't have a functionality. I think we need to do it on the server. What is it? Handle use appliance. I'm saying appliance because I want to duplicate this thing. Or, yeah. AC references. Let's put this in so I don't forget again. Shit. Alright. So we've got to make sure that this is making sure they're at the right location, pretty much. And if they're not at the right location, then we have to tell them. Interesting. If server, like, I'm pretty sure you can call these directly without going through the server. Who cares about that for now? I was just thinking about putting this on the server, but let's just get it working. So what do we want to say? You are at the wrong cooking location. Go to the location. Oh shit. Okay. Else they are, then we want to this is going to be called initiate. Initiate cooking ingredients, run on the server, then we can go to custom. Start cooking ingredients. Start cooking ingredients, alright. Bang. Now we want to copy that and go to these ones. Oh shit. Alright, now that's done. Now if we go to the right location we can start cooking ingredients, which would be yeah, we need to work out what type of animation we're going to use and then what type of thing we're going to put in their hand. So then we can do this and then this and then finish like this. What What the fuck? Oh, that's right, initiate it. Alright, let's start working out this animation we're going to use. Animation montage, cook, food. Wait, we need 3 different versions. Cook food, grill. No. Let's start with the gas oven. Gas oven. And this is going to be wok. We can make it heaps long with all these different ones. So rock start, wok start, wok start. And then wok stir fry loop. Okay. What if we whack a sauce in here somewhere? Oh, big flip. Does this blend together? They all blend together, which by the looks of it, so it's going to look sick. What's this all 3? Okay, add sauce all 3. Okay. So those are the add sauce and then big flip. Let's just whack that in there. Wait, how long is it? The fuck? What the fuck? What the why can't I click on this? Nine seconds, alright. That's so cool the way you can edit animations inside Unreal Engine. This is not necessarily editing it. It's this is a montage, so it's like combining animations together, or it can just be one animation. Um, but this is the start of the stir fry, and then we've got a 5 second stir fry loop, and then we go into adding some sauces, and then we end. But what I want to do is put a big flip there. There we go. We can put that big flip right there, Boom. So this is going to be the entire animation. So about 10 seconds to cook. He's going to have a wok in his hand. Uh, did that end? That looked like it glitched at the end. I bet you that's the end here. It is. uh, what's his? Oh shit. What the fuck? Why is the idle there? Oh, and alright, there. So this is what it should look like. But let's see how long it is. Why does that happen like that? Alright, 10 seconds, 10.5 seconds. But this is what it's going to look like. Looks like he's, you know, just flipping it, and then he goes into adding some sauces. I don't know about the big flip at the end. Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's going to be about 9 seconds long. We can't make it any longer unless we like maybe put another loop, you reckon? Because I feel like it needs to be like a significant. Let's go with another loop. Let's get rid of the end, put another loop. And then go with an end. Yeah, alright. 15 seconds, beautiful. I think this is us, guys. Doing a bit of a loop, cooking, cooking, cooking. Put some sauces in. Goes back to cooking. Very nice. And then bang, done. I think that's good. We'll try and make them about 15 seconds. I think that's good. So then it's like 25 or 30 seconds like of actual cooking animations and preparing animations. Yeah, all right, that's going to be our cook gas oven. Now we need to make a cook grill or cook hot plate. We'll just go cook grill. Grill. These ones are patty. I think there's like patties. So there's the wok for the gas oven. We can go. I think it's patty. Flip patty. What's this? Hmm. I think that's flip. Fry pan big flip. Workstation flat top flip patty. So that's where I think it's going to be. But this is only 4 seconds. So 4, 8, 12, 16. We have to duplicate these 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what you do. This is what you're doing. You're flipping patties. So he's going to have a spatula in his hand. Obviously, I might be able to get a like a beef patty to spawn or something. What do you reckon, guys? Yeah, that flows good. But there's no start. Oh, it starts and stops itself. Look, it goes back to idle. Flips. Back to idle. Alright, that's what we're going to have to just have. What's that? It's 17 seconds. Beautiful. Now we need a hot plate, which is, yeah, it will be nice to see the food somehow. Yeah. Well, we can actually do that actually very easily. Because when we interact with this, we can just spawn something. You know, something in their hand, obviously, but we can spawn some patties. What I can do is I can maybe spawn one patty, but you're not going to actually flip it. I mean, I could go to that degree, but wouldn't rush on it. But that's actually fairly simple to add. Like, because when I interact with it, we can just like what I do is I make a static mesh inside this blueprint, and then I have the patty there, and then I'd hide it, and I'd only show it when you're interacting with it, and then I'd remove it. I'd have to maybe store this in a variable inside the component, so then I can, if it exists, then I can reset the patty type of thing. So that's all simple stuff. It's all really simple. It's very simple programming logic, but understanding that logic takes a long time. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. So we've got the grill now. What do we need now? Hot plate. What are they going to do on the hot plate? Animation montage, cook food, hot plate. Yeah, it definitely makes a big difference. All those little things make a big difference. Uh, it'd be pretty cool if I could get the patty to flip. That would just require a lot of logic. Uh, that's right, we're inside here, hot plate. So what type of hot plates we got? Interesting. Uh, hot plate? What's it called? Animation sequence. So it's somewhere here. Oh, wow. I don't think this is the one I was looking at, was it? Oh, that's right. We're workstation, workstation. Oh. Oh, this is the one I wanted to use, man. Like, so we can probably have variation, like, So then I would have to have two variations, wok or big pot. That's less interesting. That's boring. Let's not do that. So what type of hot plate we need some flat top. There's the flat top start and ends. Flat top, shit. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to here. Cook food grill. Bang, 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 bang. Start. Flip patty. Bang, bang, bang. Boom. All right, so this is what the flip patty is going to look like. Much better. Beautiful. So now we need a hot plate to work out what's going on here. Workstation. Wok. Wash dishes. That's going to be knife chop. That's preparation. Inspect. Frying pan. I actually think there isn't any, there's only the big pot. I mean, okay, patties would look better on here rather than that. So this is this is what I'm doing. I'm just removing that one. We're just going to have to, so you can either walk, you either can do walk or flip patties. That's all we got for now. We're limited to these animations. So let's forget the shadow for now. There's nothing we can do. For now, anyway. So there's that. We've got two different locations now. This, I'd want to move over. What mod are you building this based off again? What mod? What do you mean? What asset? This is just like a kitchen asset type of thing. Okay. Alright, so now we've got a hot plate and a gas thing, so we need to change this. We've got a hot plate and a gas. We've got a gas oven. Prison Life Simulator for GTA, was it? Yeah, it's like the whole idea is if you actually check the description, I've updated it. But it's pretty much I'm building a multiplayer prison role-playing game that works exactly the way 5M or GTA roleplay servers work. So that means it's a completely multiplayer driven. There's no missions, there's no cutscenes, there's no voice acting. It's players with voice chat, and the players role play certain roles, and they make the rules and all that type of stuff. You know, they can decide to have a light role play server or a heavy role play server. It's really up to them. I'm going to give them all the tools for that. I'm going to give them tools to administrate their servers and all that type of stuff. There's going to be like a built-in admin system that if you host your own server, you'll have access to, and then you can hire other staff members to, because like I haven't even thought about the anti-cheat yet, but I'm definitely going to do my best to do one. But hackers are too good. Like if you could completely eliminate hacking, you'd be a millionaire type of thing, because you can't fucking do it. You'd be able to sell that program or whatever it is. You can't do it. So people are going to figure out how to hack. So the best line of defense for that is an admin system where staff members can spectate other players, catch them hacking, and ban them from the server or kick them from the server, or whatever. And there's going to be temporary ban systems, so you can ban someone for 3 days, 30 days, 365 days, whatever it may be. So that's going to be like an extra layer to be a defense type of thing. But naturally, role play servers like this are very, very moderated by the staff. So, they'll be on top of you role playing in certain ways or not. So they'll be also on top of the hackers, if that makes sense, as well. I'm going to try my best to keep producing and upgrading the AC accordingly, but there's only so much I can do. So, but that's something that's very needed for this type of thing. There needs to be an admin system. There needs to be functionality like that. So, what I need to do now is actually remove this thing. Where is it? Shit. The grill. Just make sure this is still good. Hot plate, hot plate. Gas oven, gas oven. Alright. So here's the hot plate. What? Didn't I make the... Didn't I make this thing already? Or is it animations, player, montages, cook food grill? Oh, okay. So now that's got to be the hot plate. That's the one we want to delete. Delete. Save all. And this one's going to be hot plate. And what we want to happen is pass through the cooking location, so we know which animation to do to get them to do. What the fuck was happening there? Okay, cooking location. Cooking location. Okay. So now we can plug that in. Alright. So now we're good. So now we can switch this, and now we know which animation to give them. So let's just make the custom events for that. So multicast, play, walk, animation. We'll just call it that. Multicast, play, flip, animation. So now we can just call them MC. Gas oven will be wok animation. And then hot plate MC flip animation. Okay. Play montage. Ah, we need to pass through this. Shit. Oh wait, we're in here. We got it. Mesh. Okay, so wok animation is wok. You know what? Play cooking animation. Or it should be montage, but who cares? So multicast that, but we want to pass through the anim montage, so we can just make it more cleaner. Montage. And then we can just pass it through like this. So we use one function. One event. Okay. Oh, of course it was going to do that. All right. Cook food. Cook food gas oven. Cook food hot plate. So then we'll do our animation, and then this is where we finish cooking. We can go to custom, SRV, finish, Kitchen task. Ah, we need to now put something in their hand depending on what they're doing. Fuck, how are we going to do that? Okay. Okay. I need to know what to spawn in their hand. Because they're either going to have a wok or a spatula. Okay. So now we need to do that on the skeleton. So we need, fucking hell, what, shit. I need to know what hand now. This is the wok. That's his left hand. So he's got the wok in his left hand. I mean, the wok in his left hand. Wok socket. What I can do is do the stir fry loop. Stir fry loop. Wok. Wok. Uh, this looks massive, man. Maybe if I get it in his hand first, I might be able to. Shit. That's going to be like going into the oven and everything. Like, what? What was the animator thinking? Like, what's he cooking on? A fucking bushfire? Like a little fucking campfire, I mean? And also, like, when they're crouching to do the preparation, it's like they're preparing on like a kindergarten table. It's like this high or something. Okay, there's nothing we can do. Actually, I just thought of something. I just thought of something. What we can do is potentially have them upper body animations. So then the bottom is just going to be normal. Alright, that could be an upgrade. So I might be able to eliminate them leaning down by doing just upper body montages on the upper body, and then the from about here upwards would be just normal. So they wouldn't crouch down. It was, I don't know, it might work, but this is all we got for now. Like literally, this is what we got for now. I think that's the best we're gonna do. But I can probably, let's just go with that. There it is, walk. So now we can add it to our equipment. Shout out to the two watching on YouTube and the one on Twitch. But now we can do walk. What's the next one gonna be? Spatula. Let's see if I can remember how to spell it. Spatula. Is that how you spell spatula? Spatula, like Dracula. Okay, spatula. I don't even know if that's how you spell it. I'm literally just going to check Google quickly because I don't like typos. Spatula. Google search. Images. Okay. Wok and spatula. Now we can create the equipment. Blueprints wok. 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 Duplicate. BP spatula. Spatula. Oh, wait, which one do we want? What's the difference? Not much anyway. Spatula. Just go with number one. Alright, now we've got spatulas and woks. We've got animations. We got... Let's just quickly do the spatula location. Just so we can finalize the code so nothing's missing. Hot plate. It's in their right hand. And it's called flat top. Right hand flat top. Flat top. Flat top. On his right hand, he needs a spatula socket. Spatula. Look at the size of that thing, man. You'll be able to flip the entire fucking oven with that thing. Fuck me dead. bit of a romper. Look at it. That looks sick. You're clearly flipping shit. Alright, yeah, that's good. Beautiful. Alright. So now we need to continue the equipment logic. Equipment. I have to go to component. Walk. Walk. So walk and then spatula. Spatula. Alright, so there, now we can actually attach and remove equipment. So this is where we do that. Attach equipment. Attach. Shit. So we want to attach the wok for the gas oven, but we want to attach spatula for that. Need to revert, need to actually put this reference into here. I should be doing it inside here because this already has this. Okay. Oh, that's right. Now I need to know the character reference because I can put it on other characters. So when you're putting handcuffs on players, so that's why I did it. Okay, so now we're doing that. Now when they're finished that, we can remove equipment. And then we want to finish kitchen task. Finish kitchen task. And this is where you get paid. And then another one would be generated, another task would be generated. But what we want to do is maybe print a string and we can just go, you have finished the kitchen task. Okay. So now everything should work good. Let's jump in game and have a good squeeze at this. Oh, okay. So we should be able to essentially finish the entire process. Nothing should happen when I go into here, but if I go like that, now we need to gather ingredients from the fridge, go to the prep table, Now you can cook the ingredients at the gas oven. Okay. Yeah, we definitely look. He's crouching down too much. Leo, like we need to do something about that. That's a very serious thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use the upper body logic. There we go. We finished the task. So that's what we want. But on the finished task, the first thing we want to do actually. Toggle objective, but turn it off. So that would turn it off, and then we can get paid. Min kitchen earnings. Let's go with 1, and then maximum kitchen earnings will be 3. So you get $1 to $3 per task, per complete task, or per process probably. You would say, there we go. Okay. Finish kitchen task. Okay. Okay. Boom. You have successfully finished the task and earned. You have successfully finished the task and earned that much money. And then what do we want to happen? Straight away is initiate gathering ingredients. And keep going. And the gather ingredients will be kitchen trigger. That's how we start, yep. And then we need to do this practically again. Is this like a cooking simulator? No, brother, it's a prison simulator. This is just 1 out of 5 different jobs you can do. Okay, and if they are cooking meals, we now need to cancel kitchen task. We need to actually do that here. That gets initiated here, yeah. Oh, I just saw the kitchen and heard ingredients. How long have you been working with Unreal Engine? I've been working with Unreal Engine since early 2023. However, I've been working with multiplayer games for the last 15 years, since 2010. So fairly seasoned in programming. That's why I've learnt Unreal Engine much quicker than the typical beginner that doesn't quite understand programming yet. Alright, so now we can cancel kitchen tasks. And what we would need to do is remove their objective. And then send them a message saying that you failed. Yeah, that's all it's going to be. Oh shit. We can just go, what are we going to say? Error. You have left the kitchen and failed the task. Okay, you've left the kitchen and failed the task. That's what we want to happen there. And we might as well quickly do this logic. I need this, one of these. That's the warehouse trigger, okay. Warehouse trigger duplicates. Call this the BP. Cafeteria trigger. We have to call it a cafeteria trigger because we've already got a kitchen trigger. But this cafeteria trigger is specifically to remove okay. Working states are okay. Overalls on, then remove that. Your working overalls have been removed. Okay. So that's what we want. We want the cafeteria trigger. Oh damn, that's cool. I keep trying to make a game, but I always run into a wall, so most of the IDs get sent to the bin. Well, you just got to keep going, bro. And it will take about a year or two to finally get everything. But just keep going. Warehouse trigger, and I'm gonna call this. Put this here. Okay, what warehouse trigger? Interesting. Warehouse trigger. I want this type of stuff. How you doing? Zuza Mokabza? Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly, mate. Welcome to the stream. Let's go into the triggers. So there we go. So now this is so if they still have their working overalls on for the kitchen and they walk out here, they'll be removed. So essentially what's going to happen as soon as you put your working overalls, you'll be able to work in the kitchen. As soon as you're in the kitchen, you'll be able to continuously do tasks, But the second, if you for some reason leave the kitchen while you're doing a task, you'll fail that task. And then if you do, and if you don't take your clothes off and then walk out here, they will be removed. So that's all essentially what's happening there. And that actually should be all the logic, because I need to reposition these now, because this is not where it's at. Uh, oh wait, oh, we're just gonna go like that. Okay. Alright, so now we should be able to do a complete task and get paid. Like, literally, that should be us. And we've only been going for an hour, not bad. Not bad. Alright. So let's see if we can actually do an entire process now. Okay, put kitchen work on. Start by gathering ingredients from the fridge. Now we can go to the prep table. We're gonna prep our stuff. Yeah, I think he'll at least be high enough to be so it looks right. Because he's full crouch and down type of thing. Now we need to go to the gas oven and do some wok action. There we go. Bit of that stuff. Bit of sauce. I think that's a nice time. You have successfully finished the task, and now it's telling me to go and continue the process. So now we're going to the pantry. Now we'll go to the prep table. You reckon this is a nice time frame for everything, like the length of the animations and all that type of stuff? Now we're going to the hot plate, and now we're doing the patty flipping. Very nice. I mean, I can go to a certain extent and get patties to spawn there, but I'm not going to do it quite yet. I just want to get this done and then completed today completely. You have successfully done. So there we go, another $2. Now we're going back to the pantry. And now if we halfway through a task and we go boom, you have left the kitchen and failed the task. Now if I go out of here, boom. There we go, guys. Everything's working nicely. What do you think? So that's where we are. That's where we are. So that's the whole kitchen job process. What do you reckon, guys? You reckon it's good? But I think that's pretty good progress for today's stream. It looks good, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's not the best, you know, because we had an animator creating custom animations for us. So like we could have got heaps fancy with all this type of stuff, and he was really good. He would have been able to do that, but he's decided to leave the team. So now we're sort of limited to the animations we can get type of thing, and we need to build the code around that. But I think that was enough animations to finish the kitchen task. And then all we got to do next is finish the warehouse job's done. Then we're going to finish the workshop. This is going to be a spline with these boxes on here, like a big spline around here where you pick up boxes and you put them, maybe you take boxes off the conveyor belt and put them in there. They're pretty much going to be the exact same animations of picking up boxes off here. Because we're limited to the animations, we need to do it that way. I was going to try and get real fancy and make it so you stand there with a crate in your hand, and then you take each individual plate off and put it into the crate until it fills up, and then you put the crate here. But we can't do that right now. Like, I'm really just trying to get to a prototype. So so after the kitchen is done, we need to work on the workshop, which should be fairly quick and easy. The hardest part is going to get this spline working, because it's going to be hard. It's like I can't even figure out how to get it to go around an angle like that. Like it's hard to just try and get it to do that. And also laundry animations where you're just going to be like potentially picking up cartons like this or something, and I think I've got an animation that we can use for this, but that will be all the jobs done then, and then it's literally, I'd say we're about 30% done with the game. So we are pretty close to like having a pretty decent base that we can even start playing in right away type of thing. But that's pretty much the plan. So now we've got that done. What do I need to do? What else do we need to do? Maybe I'm not going to bother. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with putting stuff on there right now. What I'm going to do, focus on, is that I need to build the lighting for starters, and that takes 45 minutes. But I really want to try this overlay system where I'll show you what I mean. So he's like the overlay here. We've got different overlays. So what we can have a an instead of the mop overlay, we can have prepping or knife overlay. We'll just call it the knife overlay, and then the wok overlay, and then the patty flipping overlay. So there's going to be 3 different overlays, and what this essentially does is it adds an overlay on top of the locomotion animation. So technically you'll be able to crouch and walk around with that animation happening, and all we need for that animation is the loop and stuff like that. But I think this is what we're going to have to do, and the only thing I would need to do is just make it so you can't move. Essentially, it's just going to look better. We need to do that because it looks bad. The wok is going into the oven, the knife's going into the table, and it's doing that because the character's crouching. But hopefully, we should be able to cut it. It'll be about here. It splits it about there. So I'm hoping that the crouching in the animation is literally the legs crouching down with the knees. So that will all not happen type of thing. Only the upper body part will happen, which would be cool. But that's all I need to do essentially for that, is just to get the animations to look better, and then maybe go through everything and make sure everything's good, and then I rebuild the lighting, and bang, I got the kitchen job done. And then I can make a short to post on TikTok and YouTube, and I can show you the final version, the final result. And by then I'll actually have an NPC here washing the dishes. So that'll be the final result, and that's what I got to get done today. But luckily we got a lot done in the stream, and it's only 10:30 for me. So pretty cool. All right. I think that's probably there really isn't. See, I could do this overlay on stream, but I really want to get a backup of this, and then because I could stuff something up, I might have to revert, and it's going to take at least an hour to do that. When will the drugs be added? Well, as soon as I run out, right now I'm trying to focus on the jobs. As soon as we finish the jobs, I've got nothing else to make, so I could potentially work on the drug system straight away. For anyone that's else is watching, what he means by the drug system is he's created weed bags and cocaine bags. So we've got gram bags and ounce bags. So then you can, the idea is that you can order the drugs off the inmate NPC, and then you have to go get the drugs off the dealer NPC in the sewer, and then you'll get them in ounces, and then what you've got to do is you got to take them somewhere. I don't know how you're going to do it. Maybe crafting it in a way where you turn that ounce into grams, and then you go back to the dealer and sell him back the grams. So you'll be making profit that way, type of thing. So then you can just continuously process drugs and make money that way, type of thing. So that's the idea for that. But that will be coming after I run out of stuff to do, and then I can start working on that type of feature, because that's a feature in itself. That's the drug system in itself. But that's probably where we're going to leave it. I love how the engine just under its own accord just unloads and loads everything very efficiently now. It's crazy. But yeah, that's probably where I'm going to leave this stream, and that means I'll get this done, and then all we've got to do for the jobs is the warehouse, which will be fairly quick, and the laundry, which will be fairly quick as well. Just so we can get that out of the way, you can actually do those jobs. There's some decent looking animations and stuff like that. But yeah. But make sure you stay tuned tomorrow, tomorrow morning when I do the first game dev Q&A. Now, this is not necessarily going to be me developing. I could show you stuff, but I really want to more focus on playing games, reviewing games, you know, AAA, indie, talking about game dev, you know, talking about the latest asset flips, you know, watching videos, all that type of stuff, just chilling type of stuff where it's more me interacting with yous a lot more compared to the way I do here, where I'm trying to develop at the same time with communicate with you, in between communicating with you guys type of thing. So this way I can focus on talking to you guys directly, and there's nothing distracting me type of thing. Until we're doing it together and watching things together and all that type of stuff. But make sure you stay tuned for that. It's going to be called Game Dev Q&A. And it's going to be the first stream of that. And I will only be doing them on YouTube. I will be doing the Game Dev and Chill streams on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, which they are right now, on 3 different platforms. But for the Game Dev Q&As, I'm only doing YouTube. Just because when we're playing games, it's going to be very laggy, and like streaming to 3 different platforms is not going to work with playing really heavy base games and even watching video, like not necessarily watching videos, but we just need that extra bit of performance, for those types of streams, but with the Game Dev and Chill, we can sort of get away with streaming on 3 different platforms. But make sure you go and check out the Game Dev Q&A tomorrow, and that's probably where I'm going to leave this stream. I hope you enjoyed. As you can see, we've got everything pretty much done, and all I got to do is just fix the animations, make them look a bit better, do all the final touches, rebuild the lighting, and then I'll be able to make a short and put that up on TikTok and YouTube. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you tomorrow in the Game Dev Q&A. We'll see you then, guys. Peace.